everybody. So I am Rachel, and this is the Hallmarkies podcast. And today I'm giving you my review for two recent faith-based films for Feature Friday that we thought that our audience would be interested in, and they both star some hallstars talent. And so we're going to talk about God Bless the Broken Road and Unbroken, The Path to Redemption. Both of these movies are directed by the same person, Harold Kronk, and he is the person who directed both of the God's Not Dead movies. I think that both of these movies are better than both of the God's Not Dead movies, and I actually liked both of them. I think that Unbroken, Path to Redemption is the better of the two, but I think for a faith-based audience, they both are okay to watch. And so I'm going to talk about both of them and give you an idea if they'll be something that you'll enjoy. So the first one, God Bless the Broken Road. This one is, like I said, not as strong as the Unbroken movie, but it does, I think, avoid some of the problems of the God Not Dead movies. It does keep its focus pretty small and doesn't have any persecution complexes or atheist shaming. Like the atheists aren't like these big bad villains who need to be taught a lesson. There really aren't any atheists in this movie. It's about this woman who played by Lindsay Pulsifer. And she's this woman named Amber, whose husband dies in the war in Afghanistan, and it's pretty heavy-handed at the beginning. The soldiers come to the church, which I think, I don't know, they were trying to really hammer home the whole message of her conflict between God and the taking of her husband. And so she starts to lose her faith, and I think that she does a pretty good job, Lindsay Pulsifer, in the role, and I think it's a worthwhile thing to talk about people that lose their faith and need encouragement and strength, and need the town to rally around them and all of that, the community of faith. You have a pretty okay cast with Robin Givens and Jordan Sparks and Carol, and Andrew Walker plays this race car driver who is being kind of sent to the minor leagues, which I didn't even know was a thing, but here he is, and he's very charming, and I think they have decent chemistry. And you have where the movie lacked the most was with Kim Delaney's character, who I love. Kim Delaney, she's a great actress. She's really good in Army Wives. She plays this mother-in-law to Amber, and I felt like her character wasn't fleshed out very well of why she was behaving the way she was. In fact, a lot of times I agreed with what she was doing and what she was kind of wanting Amber to do, and yet she was painted as the villain, and you didn't really understand why they had this animosity between the two of them, especially when they both had this trauma, but they seemed, I don't know, there was just, the script was lacking, I think, in her character and their character motivations and the interaction between the two of them. And then also Mackenzie Moss plays her daughter, and I felt like she wasn't very well written either. She does fine for a child actor, but she doesn't seem that upset about her father having just died, and she's more upset about losing the chance to be in this go-kart race than we ever see of her dad. And she's very upset with her mom at various occasions, and because the I don't know, there was some stuff that just didn't quite make sense. Like she's going to be foreclosed on her house, and so you would think that she would accept the outreach of the Kim Delaney character to help with the rent plus the mortgage, Plus the fact that I know that you get some kind of stipend, and I don't know why she wasn't living in military housing to begin with. Some of the conflict wasn't that well done, and the script wasn't that well done, but it did have a nice heart to it. She had the parts that were about forgiveness, that her and Andrew Walker really did have a nice little chemistry, and they were cute. And so I don't know. It's, if you're looking for something just that's harmless and that's not perfect but will entertain, I think, people that are of faith, I'd say give it a rental. I'd give it like 3 crowns, I think. For Unbroken, the Path to Redemption. So this is the sequel to the original Unbroken from 2014. This is much shorter than that film, which is kind of nice because that film was too long. But it obviously has a different cast, and but playing the Louis Zamperini, and it's about his recovery from what you see in the first movie, and he ends up becoming an alcoholic, and he has all of this trauma about his captors in Japan, and how he seriously has these nightmares, and he can't post-traumatic stress, and how he isn't able to deal with that, and what he does. And I thought that it was actually pretty well done. It still has some pacing problems, and the movie like repeats itself a lot. You'll have a scene, and then you'll have another scene with exactly the same thing. But I still thought that it was pretty moving. They have a really great Billy Graham impersonator, actor, whatever. He was great, and because it was his revivals where Louis Zamperini found Christ, and so that was pretty inspiring and pretty well done. And Merritt Patterson plays his wife, and she's quite good, very charismatic in here, and I think they had pretty good chemistry. And Bobby Campo from Hallmark, he plays his brother. I thought he was good. And overall, I just thought it was a pretty moving, inspiring story that could be shorter. It's not as good as something like I Can Only Imagine from this year, which was very well done, 98 minutes. But they could have made the script a little less repetitive, but still, I thought the performances were winning enough. I thought that it just told one person's story, and that's how I think faith-based films are the best, is it's just telling this one person. It's not trying to start a movement. Give it like 3.5 crowns. What you think if you got to see either of these. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to our podcast and our channel. Give us a thumbs up down below, and let us know if there's any upcoming releases that you'd like us to give our thoughts on. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!